are we doing here?
Great.
Good.
Okay, it's ready.
So Ben, it's one of those books and this game that's thwarted studios for years. It's been pushed from pillar to post, and the end result is big budget, but very much the feel of an independent film. Did it feel that intimate on set?
Well, Gigi is our wonderful producer, Gigi and Bob, and I believe that Gigi came across the book through a nephew of hers a long time ago. She stayed with it, she loved it. She attracted wonderful co-producers around her. And then Gavin, they met Gavin, immediately got on really well. And they avoided the trap of a studio because the danger is that a studio can put it on the shelf. Studio heads can change. It goes into what they call turnaround, which is sort of movie hell. This is a massive independent movie. It's one of the largest independent movies that have ever been made. And that's the key word, I think, independent. It's free of the interference of the dreaded committee. What you have is one or two or three central guiding intelligences saying, this is the way we're going to make this film. So there's nobody breathing over their shoulders saying, can you cut out that nasty bit? And can you make that bit a bit nicer? And we not have the dark bits? I mean, without those wonderful dark passages in the film, you wouldn't have a drama. You wouldn't be enthralled by it.
The dark passages, on top of that, it deals with quite complex emotions. It's about empathy and tolerance.
Yes.
Why is the best science fiction always the science fiction that deals with complex, earthbound emotions, do you think?
Science fiction, I think, can almost by definition detach itself from the audience. If that delicate thread joining the fiction to the present and the audience sitting there watching it isn't snapped, you have to keep it intact. However stretched, we say stretching the imagination, however stretched that thread is, you have to keep it intact. The audience can empathize with this film. It's not an event that is separated from us because its central theme is, how do I get from adolescence to young adulthood without destroying myself beyond recognition? It's such a beautiful journey. It has been examined dramatically many times because it's a classic theme.
You mentioned there it's about adolescence to young adulthood. It's the film could be Ender's Game co-starring Sir Ben Kingsley and Harrison Ford. I mean, the stars are the young adults in this
Of course
film.
they are.
I feel rude almost saying that to you.
Not at all. It was our privilege to mould and serve and guide such brilliant young talent. We were thrilled and delighted to be, art sometimes reflects life, reflects art. So although our generation are the teachers, trainers, commanders of that younger generation, the equation between us as actors is very equal. We learn a lot from the young actors. They hopefully might catch a glimpse of something from us, but that's not the point. The point is that the flow of commitment and hard work between all of us was of a very high standard.
It's one of those films that has a huge cult following, an established fan base, and people are very protective over the text. As an actor, does that give you extra pressure that you sort of have to appease these people while attracting new fans? You
know what? I was very lucky to have my first 15 years on and off with the RSC, the Royal Shakespeare Company. What you have to learn to swallow and get over is when you're offered. I played Hamlet, and I thought, the generations before me have played this role. And I had people in the audience almost reading the text, almost saying the words with me. I am used to playing iconic roles with which the audience are familiar. It doesn't make me blasé, it doesn't make me lazy. You step up to the mark and you deliver. But expectations, you have to overcome that, because my job is not to meet expectations, my job is to surprise. And that's two very different things.
And just finally, if you were to look at this, obviously the hope will be sequels. do you think it is a franchise, as it were, that can run and run?
Good question. I'm not sure whether this is a unique one-off experience. It may be, it may have to be, because I don't think that we have to get this team together to replicate or continue the story and the theme and the progress of Ender. It may fall into the wrong hands. Who knows? I honestly don't know. I don't know.
So Ben, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and get well.
Thank you. Cheers.